Around.
Okay. Well, to begin the meeting, we want to defer to Kevin for some comments.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck. So Laura and I had a discussion, and because she hasn't been involved in the bonding project or the creation of the building corporation, she wasn't comfortable being the clerk for the purposes of those bonding documents. So we found an Indiana code 36-2-9-7 that allows her to allows the executive board to deputize me to be the clerk for that purpose. So I'm asking you to make the motion I wrote out there for you.
Okay, so I would make a motion to deputize our county attorney, Kevin Tankersley, to perform the duties of the clerk to the executive board as commissioners for all documents pertaining to the building corporation and the bond being sought for the courthouse remodel project. Need a second.
I would second that motion.
Moved and seconded. For any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. So I think Nathan, take over.
Good evening, everybody. As you see to your left and ahead of you, we have with us this evening for a brief meeting of their own are the directors of the Pulaski County Courthouse Building Corporation. Before the commissioners go into public hearing, I will ask President Kruzik to call their meeting to order and then sit through the public hearing along with the commissioners before continuing with their action.
I'd like to call to order meeting of the Pulaski County Courthouse Building Corporation Board of Directors.
All right. As you know, we need to conduct a second public hearing regarding the leasing of the courthouse for the construction project. The citizens of Pulaski County, Indiana are hereby notified that the Pulaski County Board of Commissioners is considering a proposed lease to be entered into between the Pulaski County Courthouse Building Corporation as lessor and Pulaski County, Indiana, the county as lessee, with respect to renovation and equipping of the Pulaski County Courthouse located at 112 East Main Street, Winamac, Indiana. The lease premises under the proposed lease consist of the project, including the site thereof and any appurtenances thereto. Proposed lease is for a term of up to 20 years, commencing on the date of issuance of bonds of the corporation to finance the project. The annual lease rental will not exceed $1,135,000, payable in semi-annual installments on June 30th and December 31st of each year during the term of the lease. Each rental installment shall be based on the value of the portion of the premise, which will be complete and ready for use and occupancy by the county at the time such semi-annual installment is made. As additional rental, the county shall maintain insurance on the premises as required in the lease and shall pay all taxes and assessments against such property, as well as the cost of alterations and repairs. After sale of the bonds, the yearly rental payable in semi-annual installments on each June 30th and December 31st shall be reduced to the multiple of $1,000 next higher than the principal and interest due on the bonds in each 12-month period commencing on June 30th, plus $5,000 payable in such semi-annual installments. County shall pay such lease payments solely from lease rentals under the lease, payable solely from the rental revenues of an ad valorem tax levied by the county on all taxable property in the county pursuant to Indiana Code 36-110-17 amended. The lease gives an option to the county to purchase the premises. The project will be used for the purposes of providing services to the public. Commissioners may now open the hearing for public comment.
Okay, the hearing is now open for public comment during the renovation courthouse. Any comments? board have any comments? Hearing none, the hearing would be closed.
I will then ask President Kruzik to call for an approval of the minutes of the 13 September 2023 meeting of the corporation's Board of Directors.
Can I get an approval of the minutes? Motion.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second that motion. Favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes have been approved.
In your packets following the minutes is the resolution authorizing the sale of bonds, execution of the trust indenture, the approval of the purchase of the premises, and authorizing certain actions in connection therewith. Exhibits to this resolution, all of which you have received, are the lease and the form of the trust indenture. By adopting this resolution, approving the lease, except for the specific terms, which will be addressed by an addendum once we know what numbers belong there following the sale of bonds. And you will be approving the form of the trust indenture with the actual indenture to be approved once that is a step to be taken. Motion,
Can I,
second, and an approval in order for that to take place.
can I get a motion to approve the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The resolution has been approved. Any other business? All right, adjourn the meeting.
All right. Thank you, board members, for your service this evening. Turn
Is
back.
this, resolution number 2020?
No, that is a different one. They have to.
Okay, They have a different
They
one.
it's their step in accomplishing what for the county 2023-14 accomplished.
Okay.
Now that they have adopted their resolution, you have conducted the public hearing. Present for your consideration Pulaski County Resolution 2023-14. The gist of the resolution is as follows. Board hereby determines that providing for financing, acquisition, construction, improvement, and/or equipping of the project by the building corporation, leasing of the same to the county as lessee is in the public interest of the citizens of this county, a proper public purpose for which the board agrees to cooperate with the building corporation and to assist in fulfilling requirements of all agencies of federal, state, and county governments. The drawings, plans, specifications, and estimates for the cost of the project provide for necessary facilities for the county, and the same are hereby approved. Lease provides for a fair and reasonable rental, and further, the execution of the lease is necessary and wise. The issuance, sale, and delivery by the building corporation of its lease rental revenue bonds in one or more series in the aggregate principal amount not to exceed $12,750,000, finance the cost of the project and the cost of the issuance of the bonds is hereby approved. As I just confirmed for the building corporation directors and relayed to you via email previously, resolution approves the lease, notwithstanding the adoption of a future addendum with the specific terms once we have those.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve the resolution 2023-14. Again, as Nathan stated, the addendums may be added in the future.
So moved.
The discussion. Okay, the resolution has been seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. One other thing on the courthouse project. I am seeking your permission to submit an application to the Indiana Department of Natural Resources Division of Historic Preservation and Archaeology for a small grant to help to defray some of the project costs. Be relatively minor compared to the whole project, but if I can get it done and to their liking, anything that we can do to chip away at the total cost is worth the time, I think. Objections? Am I doing that?
Say we move forward with that.
Do so. Then all other have is a couple of appointments in our ongoing restructuring and reorganization process. It is my request and recommendation that you appoint the following persons to the Tourism Advisory Council. to a term ending on the 31st of December 2025, Sue Cast of Mill Creek Gardens, and to terms ending on the 31st of December 2024, Scott Kubish of the Peaceable Primate Sanctuary and Raymond Hebel of Miss Kitty's Orchard. That would leave us, those three appointments would leave us with only one seat left to fill on that council, that being the appointment by the Uptown Project directors.
We would need a motion to approve as presented.
So moved.
Any other discussion? Favor say aye.
Aye.
You. And then it is my request and recommendation that you appoint County Councilman Brad Bennell to a term on the Advisory Commission on Industrial Development for a term ending on the 31st of December 2025.
Okay, so I would make that motion. Appoint Brad Bennell.
I'll second it. Any discussion? Favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That's all the business I have for the board unless you have any questions for me.
Are there still seats to be filled?
The redevelopment commission, we still have a few seats to fill. Yes. And I think two more on the industrial park board. Otherwise, it's just that appointment that the Uptown Project.
Questions for Nathan?
Oh, you had a sign. Sorry, hang on. Yeah,
Okay, Sarah, will you help us find a grant again, huh?
Good evening. I'm just here tonight to ask for permission to apply for the Indiana Supreme Court State CASA grant that I do every year. This year, the offering is $5,507 and another $2,361 for a total of $7,860.
Second.
Okay. Moved and seconded, or to proceed with the grant. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Get the-
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Dr. Oman?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here with Celinda Briney, Health Department. A few months ago, Terry Hansen retired and we replaced Edwina Guffey. We replaced her with Edwina Guffey. We hired her to serve as both environmental and foods inspector. At that time, I found the matrix that employed Terry was incorrect and did not include the foods that she was doing. She was wearing 3 hats. It only included office manager and environmental, so there was that error. Tonight, I'm asking for your commissioners to bless the dividing this responsibility of foods and environmental to 2 different positions. The food would also include office manager, that would be Edwina. Environmental specialist would be added to that, would be health preparedness. So in emergencies, health-related issues, have someone who is planning for those emergencies. I've been asked by the State Department of Health to make this separation. To ask the same person to do both foods and environmental is a pretty tall task to get them all done in a timely manner. So that's next Monday night, I'll be going before the county council to tell them what our plans are and to try to correct the matrix and also to make a plea to hire this additional person. So I'm here tonight to let you know I'll be going there and asking your blessing.
Was the state requiring this separation or just suggesting the separation?
No, they're not requiring, there's not too much it's ironclad, but they're telling us we need to do more inspections. That we're behind.
So this will be discussed at the joint session next Monday. No action needs to be taken tonight, right?
Correct. I'm trying to get my ducks in a row.
And there's job descriptions.
They're right here. Kevin had a chance to look at them. He's correcting them, I think, or making.
Yeah, I did have a chance to look at some the job descriptions were sent to us and I reviewed them and we're working on them today. They're going to be presented Monday. I'm just giving legal oversight of them. I don't have any ability to decide what roles they're supposed to play. The board to decide. Health board. Regardless, yeah, we've looked at it.
So, see you next Monday.
Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Laura. Inception Technologies.
So as you all know, the county has a problem with books, documents, and the retention of. With that, we had about 500 or 600 books in the auditor's office. The Quonset hut holds probably another 200 books at least. And the state tells me that if we digitize these books and then put them into two forms of digitization, one being microfilm, then the books can be destroyed. You would not have to house them or find some kind of housing facility. So with that, the estimated cost of translating the PDF files that we have scanned into microfilm is about $12,000 for close to 1,000 books. The council has given me $10,000 in the budget for 2024, and I have $2,000 in the 2023 budget that I can use to get this started. So once they are microfilm, they come in a small box like this. And I believe that we can get a bank lockbox to store these in for about $60 annually. So with that, I'm asking that you agree to the Inception agreement, which is they're charging $60 per roll of film and 6 cents per page.
Has to be stored in two separate locations.
Well, I don't know that they actually specify where you store them. I am just saying that it would be a good idea to keep them off campus, that microfilm. And it seems like a minimal cost.
I would motion to go forward with this.
Been moved and seconded. Other discussion? Is the service agreement? Service agreement.
Yes.
Any other discussion or questions for Laura? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And we're down to the approval of the claims.
Okay, I've reviewed claims and payroll number 20, and I make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay, Maurice's has included the claims and payroll in one motion. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then we have the regular session minutes, number 8.
Okay, I've reviewed those minutes and I make a motion to approve as presented.
Any other discussion on the minutes? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Any other discussion from the board, Laura or Kevin? Good. Community comments? Okay. Hearing none, I'll say the meeting is adjourned.